Hey everyone. Hi. Hello. Hey. I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Hold on. That's the sound of me drinking a pomegranate seltzer water. It satisfies. Yep, it does. Ooh, it's a little bit of bite. I like it. Hi everyone. I'm seeing God kwelt, Takarosh, God kwelt. I'm seeing some excitement. How are you all doing? So, how's it going? Hello, Volpes. So let me tell you all the things. Oh, I'm Trooper SJP. This is the Academic Foxhole. We are going to be playing Return of the Obra Dinn today. Probably just a bunch of clearing up loose ends. We have solved a bunch of things, all the fates in chapters 1 and 2, I think, and so we just have some other chapters to solve, and we'll do that. But first I want to chat. Hey Cyclonus. So I was at work today, and today was the time when we had to go and talk about grading the next assignment, which we did. And then some graduate students found me, and then some undergraduates. My office hours are on Tuesdays from 12:30 to 2:30. But then people found me, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. And then I did go, but I clearly did. And I was like, I'm out of here. I was about to leave the building at 6 o'clock. My class ends at 4:15. And I was about to leave the building at 6 o'clock, which is late. And I was like, well, if I hustle, I'll get back in time, and I'll probably start 6:05, 6:10. That'll be fine. But then I ran into more students, and then it was 6:30, and I was like, I gotta rush. My students are sneaky. They are. Playing games, that doesn't happen around here. So we're. Oh, you just left your makerspace. What were you making? I do need a disguise. I was wearing my carriage hat, but that didn't seem to do it. So we have a giveaway for today, and it is synthetic. The giveaway is called Synthetic Legion Rising, and it is a top-down roguelike, and that is going to be our giveaway for today, which I'm very excited about. I'm excited about some future giveaways as well, but I feel like I will do that after we finish Obra Dinn, probably. Oh, I could get a. Here's the thing, NRW. Disco Elysium is not Mac compatible. Everyone is telling me that I should play Disco Elysium, and I feel like that would be cool, but until it comes out for Mac, and I'm just gonna check right now, because I've heard really good things about it. Yeah, and I own it, but it is not Mac compatible, so I cannot play it. I do. I play on the Mac, which is, by the way, NRW, one of the reasons why I do these giveaways every week. So I do these giveaways every week because I've got the Humble monthly bundle, and there's like 10 games in that monthly bundle, but out of those 10 games, I can probably only play 4 or 5 of them. And so the other, 5 to 6 games are games that are not Mac compatible, so I give them away. So I give away games because I cannot play them. That is why. Cthulhu. Oh, oops. Hi, Nightbot. Oh, yeah. Turns out. PS4. Oh, that would be good. So it turns out, by the way, I have not switched I switched everything over on Nightbot. I was like, Nightbot, fix all the things, right? Because I'm fixing it right now. I'm gonna fix Nightbot right now at this moment. So I try to go and when I run RPGs versus video games, then I need to change the alerts, and I'm pretty sure I switched alert sounds, but I don't think I switched. Where's my timers? I did not switch my timers over. So let me enable that one and then disable those two. and then that looks fine. I think we're good. So I do have it though, but I currently cannot play it. It is planned for consoles later this year. Yeah, devs are indie studios, so it's going to take some time to come out, I think. Yeah, and the thing is, I actually backed. What game did I back? I kickstarted some game that I cannot remember which one it is right now. Oh, yeah, I think it's a Divinity Original Sin 2. They said it was going to come out for Mac, and it has been out for a long time, and it is still not out for the Mac. And that's a little frustrating that, there you are. I mean, because they said, oh, yeah. Yep. It is annoying because I kickstarted because they said it was going to be. Let me see. Hold on. Is it out now? Ooh, I think they finally made it Mac compatible. Finally. Yep. So hold on. Where is it? It is now Mac compatible, but I was waiting for a couple of years, and because the first one, Divinity Original Sin 1, was Mac compatible, and I was like, great, I will. So I backed it. I still haven't played it yet because I want to play it with you all. But I was like, sure, this is really great. I will, go and play it. It'll be awesome. And then I haven't been able to play it because I'm waiting to play it with you all. And then 2 came out and I wanted to back that. And I was like, oh, this will be really great. But then it just wasn't. Like, what year did this come out? By the way, I have other things I have to tell you. Somewhat surprising that they still fulfilled that promise despite being bought by Matt. Apparently it took them about 2 hours for a Mac port. Really? And they waited that long? Yeah, so it came out for Mac 2 years, right? It came out for Mac in January 2019, and all of us were like, when is this going to happen? Anyway, it's out, so I will now be able to play it with you all. Although, and I feel like there's another one. I feel like there's a game that hasn't even been ported yet that I'm like, when is that going to happen? So look, I want to tell you some things. I want to have a conversation with you all about all these things. So we're doing that giveaway. That's going to happen, let's say 8 o'clock. But there are other things I want to share with you. Some things to ponder. One is I am so busy. I've got so much schoolwork to do. I've got a lot of uploading of materials to do, and I'm just treading water. But here's the other thing. We have got our French Resistance game starting in March. And so I want to schedule we're working on just some scheduling right now. And I want to schedule our session 0 in February. So coming up really soon. And so I've got to get that done. But guess what? This is very exciting. Fate just came out with Fate Condensed, which is a 50-page condensed version of Fate Core that was sort of inspired by the things they did with Fate of Cthulhu. And I just downloaded it, and I'm really excited to read it to see what the differences are. And maybe I will run the French Resistance in Fate Condensed. And which is also pretty exciting, because then you can put the Fate Condensed if you were going to make your own book that powered by Fate that you're going to publish. That Fate Condensed is like a 50-page thing that can easily go in your book if you were going to do that, And anyway, I'm interested to see. They're calling it Fate 4.5. That this is the next big major sort of update in certain ways since Fate Core 4, and so I'm really excited to see what they've changed, what kind of things they've done. There's one change they've done which I probably will not do because it just might be kind of difficult to do on the character sheet. Is that they no longer have, how the boxes go 1, 2, 3, 4 for your stress boxes. Now they just do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So you have way more boxes, but they're one at a time. But I think I'm going to go back to I think I'll stick with the Fate Core 4.0 version of that, because I think it's fine. They just said it was confusing to players, that players are like, wait, are these each one a piece? They're like, no, that one's one, that one's two, that one's three. But I like it because it makes you make hard choices. So I will probably keep that. But other than that, yeah, Krellin, going 1-1-1-1-1-1-1 is a major upgrade, and I think that's the one thing I'll probably will keep. Anarchy says, yeah, Mac has weak game support mainly because of market share is so low, so maybe do not see it worth it to make a version of it when you compare it to PC. Yeah, Anarchy, that's true, but what's interesting is that Mac users pirate less, so if you do make a Mac port, you might make, depending, right, like you can still make pretty decent money, and that's why a lot of the big games will still do a Mac port because the Mac people buy more software. Congratulations on the moving, Ice Bunny. Takirosh says, if there were more game support for Mac, more people would play on the platform. That's true. And this is actually, the thing is, people are like, you should get a PC. And I was like, I don't need a PC. I mean, I might need it for one thing, but that one thing is coming to Mac sooner or later. But I've got consoles, right? So I had an Xbox, and I still have an Xbox. I have an original Xbox, which I gave to my mom. I have no idea where it is now. But I have a 360, and I've got a PS4. And with the PS4 and the 360, a lot of those games that are not available on the Mac, I can just play on console. And it looks like Disco Elysium will be coming to console, so I can just play it there. So at the moment, it feels to me like I can just play, like, I can play most things that I need to play. And of course, I'm not like, there's some genres that I'm not super big on, so I suppose I'm not, it's fine. Like, I'm not like a huge MOBA person, and I'm not a huge first-person shooter, although I certainly have played my share. Although I think I like third-person shooters a little bit better. We've never played a third-person shooter together, have we? Have we? I think we haven't, but I do like them. Yeah, and as Levi says, it's not like I'm running out of games to play, and this is true. Xbox was billig. Oh, yeah, no, it was. It was cheap, right? So like, yeah. Also, 360 was backwards compatible, and the PS3 was not. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep, my backwards compatibility. But now they are sort of, apparently backwards compatibility is in. Third person. See, there you go. Zero Dawn. Thank you, Krone. Like, I do enjoy. Well, here's the question: was Xbox huge? There was a thing that happened. So this was a 360 situation. PS2 outsold Xbox original. When the PS3 came out, it was super expensive. It was like really, really, really expensive because it had the Blu-ray, and it didn't have a lot of exclusives, and it wasn't backwards compatible. So a lot of people did the Wii 60, which was get a 360 and a Wii, because the 360 and the Wii together was still cheaper than a PS3. So there was a moment where the Xbox 360 did really well in the beginning in terms of market share, along with the Wii, because they were cheaper than the PS3. But then the PS3 was like, oh, and like came down in price. And now I think the PS4 beat the Xbox One in market share because PS4 ended up being backwards compatible, I think, or maybe they weren't in the beginning. But nonetheless, things were. So I was Xbox 360, and then I went to PS4 mainly because neither the PS nor the Xbox out in the beginning were backwards compatible, and I was like, if neither one of them are backwards compatible, and the Xbox doesn't really have any exclusives that I care about anymore, I might as well get the PS4 because maybe I can play through PS Now some of the earlier games that I wanted to play. So that's why I did it. Yeah, PS4. Levi points out PS4 beat the pants off of Xbox One, and it did. That is 100% true. I think it's because Xbox One, if I remember, basically was like, everyone's going to have the camera like built in VR, and that people are just not into it. This janitor has called the social workers on the municipality on me for no reason, then adding to the harassment he has done for 16 years, so I can't fight them, so I think my sanity is more important. Even this means I must say bye to my MA. Oh my gosh, Ice Bunny, that's terrible. Where are you going to move to? Yeah, Anarchy points out the PS2 was huge. It was huge, and it had like this super long shelf life. Like, it lasted for so long. Switch has sold more units than Xbox One already. Really, Levi? Whoa! I like this console called the PC. Is that the personal console? Is that what that one is? PS5 is supposed to be fully backwards compatible. Huh. You know, I do enjoy a console. I enjoy playing on a console, and although it's weird that now I play on the console through PS Play remote PS. So basically, I'm still. But although to be really fair, I think my iMac, which is what I'm looking at right now, is a 5K screen. And my TV, I have a flat screen TV, HD flat screen TV in the other room. But I bought that HD flat screen TV almost 20 years ago, like 16, 17. So like it is not. I mean, it is like a. It's not. I mean, my computer screen is way better than my TV, and it might even be the same size. Yeah, it's I don't. Like, I buy new things once every years. Rachel B says, we got a 360 at launch because it had good lineup of games. Sadly, over time, fewer and fewer games appeal to me on that platform. My main console is PS4, and I tend to play more on console than PCs these days. Yeah, Rachel B, I feel like I'm sort of in a similar space. Although I play Mac games. I mean, basically, I play video games twice a week. Thursdays on the Mac, and then Saturdays on the PS4. But the PS4, let's be really upfront. The PS4 got me streaming because it was so easy to stream from the PS4 that like I didn't have, especially since there was like some trickiness about sort of streaming software, and I was like, well, I can stream from the PS4 just straight. Like I just got the like a PSI, I got the little camera, and then I could stream from the PS4. And like my first 6 or 7 months, I just streamed from the PS4 because it made it possible and easy, and then I finally worked out how to do it here. But it was really good. Is it a flat CRT? I think it is, Levi. It's a Vizio. It's a Vizio. So it was, it's old. The Wii was also pretty huge, but for different reasons. Yes. Oh, you finished up Witcher 3 earlier. How 1010? Did you really enjoy it? I still feel guilty about not finishing The Witcher 1, which is just waiting for you to finish, and I feel like I should finish it. Whatever. My friend has perma-barred my PS2 because his was JP Regent. Levi uses PS3 as a Blu-ray player. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I know that the new console. When did the PS4s come out? I feel like it's been a while, right? When was this last generation? When did it start? Internet? Tell me. Some internet. Tell me the things. Let's look at console 4 or 5 years ago. But I bet it was longer than that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how you think it's something has been only been like last year, but then it turns out it was not. So 8th generation, which is PS4, Xbox One, is 2011 to the present, apparently. Yeah, so 2013 was the Xbox One, and the Wii U was 2013. Why are you saying the 8th generation was 2011? Why are you saying that, Wikipedia? Why? I didn't play the first 2 Witcher games. It catches you up well. Oh, okay. We got my kids a Switch for Christmas. It's been a pretty solid console. What's interesting to me is that they count the Switch as being part of this current generation. So they have the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch as both being from this generation. I must sell this hell place first, and then it depends on how much I make. But if I can choose the new build flats at the old Carlsberg Brewery ground, Old Town, Heller Up, or maybe Vesper. Oh, that's cool. That should be nice. I'm looking for you, just looking at this. Yeah, Nintendo's just on their own schedule. So it looks like the Wii has sold 13.5 million consoles, which is not great for them. PlayStation 4 is 91.6 million. Xbox One is 41 million, a little over. And then the Nintendo Switch is 41.6 million. So yeah. Yeah, I think Xbox One was like, I think it was their VR push that sort of hampered them this generation. I think. I think so. Also, I think the Wii, I think Nintendo's often going for a slightly different audience than the PS4 and the Xbox. I think Wii U did poorly, but sort of paved the way for the Switch. Yeah, yeah. I just always get the feeling. Well, I didn't. Okay, that's actually not true. It felt to me like, let's go to what the sixth generation, which was the what was it? The GameCube. Right, so I always felt like the GameCube, the Xbox, and the PS2 were like going for this or for similar audiences. Um, Anarchdebate says they act more like toy makers than electronics company. Mm. And Barentor says Nintendo's strong suitors are handhelds since the DS. Right, but weren't they also doing handhelds back in the 80s maybe? I feel like they were. Right? I remember like having little Donkey Kong handhelds that were like super cheap. But yeah, they were doing like handhelds was like the big deal. Just one place is a bit too posh for families. Mm. And I always felt like the GameCube was going for the same market as the Xbox and the PlayStation. So that was like Generation 6. But when we got to Generation 7, when you had the 360, the PS3, and then the Wii came out, I really felt like the Wii was going for a very different audience. That it was going for like party games and games for younger folks, for kids. They didn't have a lot of like hardcore games on the Wii. They might have got some later, but it was like a lot of like first party, not a lot of third party support, a lot of party games, a lot of motion sensor and games for kids. So I just felt, and they sold like gangbusters. Like I mean, the Wii sold 101 million copies, not copies, 101 million consoles. Nintendo has never made games for adults, though they frequently make kids games that still appeal to adults. I think that's fair. Just one place that's a bit too posh for it, and end eights, and you talk about bib games, 80s. Yeah, Wii's for hopping around. Although I think there were some adult games on the Wii, but probably not made by Nintendo. Right? I think that's probably fair. And by adult, I don't mean, you know what I mean. I don't mean pornographic. I just mean not for kids, not rated T for teen. Like I think Wet, was it? No More Heroes. Embar Garwin! Hey, Embar Garwin. Yeah, Mass Effect is, yes, right? Mass Effect is a game for adults. Like, that's rated M, isn't it? And teens, of course, are going to play it. Is it rated M or is it rated T? Now I don't remember. How's Embar Garwin, I already have housing because I am going to be GMing for my buddy's company, so I'm going to be staying with my buddy. It's going to be like 4 of us in a room, but that is fine. 2 double beds, 4 people. What can go wrong? Nothing. And there was the black and white beat 'em up. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, right? Isn't that Wet or Revenge? What was that one? It was this big beat 'em up that was like a lot of chainsaws. There's a song by it by Rebecca Mays. I don't remember. They artificially drive demand with low stock. Quite a few stores had like 8. Oh, Not rated for teens. Isn't that what kids do? Yeah. Hello, Kulan. Hey, everybody. So I'm really excited. So I have to read Fate Condensed because I feel like it might be something really useful to sort of integrate for this thing. So I got Mad World. Thank you, Cyclonus. Mad World. That was the name of it. Mad World. That was the one. It was like lots of chainsaws, right? Like chainsaws, a lot of cursing. It was chainsaws on the Wii. Yeah. Oh, Kulan, hang out with us. Maybe we'll bore you, and then you can fall asleep. No, it'll be fine. Double beds, like queen size beds, are fine, and I'm happy. It'll be fine. I assume the place is going to be close to the convention center, so I think it will be fine. And speaking of video games, bore me? You never. I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. And that is true. Man, Krellin, you just bring me back to my angsty middle school days. Hello, Ice Bunny. Oh, it's a mad world. It is. Speaking of mad world, that film, it's a mad world. Hilarious. Although I haven't seen it since back in the day. It might be actually just super offensive now, but back in the day it was super funny. What else do I tell you? So I want to go and do some reading. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. You know, yeah. I love Tears for Fears. They were my Cyclonus, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that someone else besides me has seen this movie. It's a race movie. Like everyone's running to try to get to the big W in Santa Clarita Park, where there should be a whole bunch of money buried, but they don't know what that means, but there's a whole bunch of money because the guy, Jimmy Durante, was a bank robber, had this money, and so all these people are trying to get the money, but the police are trying to follow them to find out where the money is, and like all these like famous comedians from the 1960s are in that film. It is very, very good. It's very good. When it comes to games for adults, very few games are actually adult mature, but it's hard for me to put to words, especially in English. Oh no, Anarch W, I know what you mean. Think of the first episode of The Sims, like, yes. I know exactly what you mean. There are games that are not for kids, but are not mature. Do you know what I mean? Like, just cursing a lot, dropping lots of F-bombs, and then attacking people with chainsaws isn't necessarily mature. You know what I mean? And what's interesting is that there are things that are very mature in subject matter or complexity that kids could watch because it's not violent, right? Or anything like that, but they'd probably just be bored by it. So yeah, we sometimes just confuse graphic with mature is what I would say. Or yes, adult, you know what I mean. It was basically Cannonball Run in the 60s, except that it wasn't a foot race. It was just like, this guy dies. I mean, it's like not like Cannonball Run is an official race. Speaking of which, do you want to know what I loved? I am like the film Pi. Yes, like the film Pi. There was, okay, so I need to tell you that you may not know this about me, but I played Need for Speed 2, the original back on the Xbox. Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed 2, Hot Pursuit. And I loved that game. I don't like a lot of racing games. A lot of racing games are like, you've never seen me play a racing game, and a lot of racing games are not my thing. I don't know why. They're not really my thing. But I played Need for Speed 2, Hot Pursuit, and I loved it. Like, I loved it. It was so fun for me. I really enjoyed how the cars handled. It wasn't too arcadey, but it wasn't like I'm going to obsess about a carburetor for 15 hours in my, you know, like, I just loved that game. And the soundtrack was really good. So, but here's the thing, talking about Cannonball Run. Need for Speed came out with a game which did not sell well, but that I liked. And it was Need for Speed The Run, I think it was. And it was basically a road race. It was like the Cannonball Run. It was a road race from San Francisco to New York City. And in the game, you're basically racing. It's not just like, oh, here's a track to go around, but it's like you racing from San Francisco to New York, and there was a story. And I loved it. Like, I thought it was really, really great. I was so happy to play Cannonball Run, the video game. But, you know, I don't think it sold very well, and so I bet we won't get anything like that again. But it made me sad because that was actually one that I liked. Why are musicals in the local language, even the language is nice enough for the songs in the musical? Ice Bunny, I don't believe that there are languages that aren't good for songs. People like to say things like, I mean, because the minute you sort of like go there, then all of a sudden people say things like, because people say, oh, English is not good for opera, so then we shouldn't make English language opera. There's been English language opera forever. I like, they're like, oh, only Italian and French sounds good in opera. And I was like, you know what? Other languages sound good in opera too. And every country, every language has songs. And so if every language has songs, then you can make musicals in that language. Krellin says, no racing game has ever met my standards, which were defined by pole position. Pole position. Ooh. F-Zero and Wipeout. Those races were a lot cooler when cops had to get behind you and clock you with the speedometer to write you a ticket. Oh, and that was the other thing too. I think the reason why I liked Hot Pursuit was because you were doing a road race, but then the police were chasing you, so you actually still had something else to sort of wonder about. So even though I do not seem like the kind of person that would like racing games, there have been racing games that I've really enjoyed. I just don't like most of them. Yep, there are operas in German too, famous ones, right? So like I'm down. I feel like you can probably write an opera in any language. I'm still debating, says Ice Bunny, if I want to spend a ton of money on seeing Tanz der Vampire in Danish. Now I really love the songs in English and German. Well, if you love them, why not? Check it out. See if you like it. You know, I'm a fan of checking things out. Well, if it's a ton of money and you can't afford it, then no. But if you can and you want to, I'd say go for it. Why not? I feel like there's something else I wanted to tell you. Racing games. I wonder if I'll find another racing game that I like. Here are some things about, and maybe you all can give me advice. Here are some things I like and don't like in racing games. I want a DuckTales racing game. Lasers, race cars, airplanes. That could be fun. I like racing games where it looks realistic. Yes, right? Die Zauberflöte, Ring des Nibelungen, Fliegende Holländer. I mean, a lot of German opera. It's a week worth of food, not that I do the eating. It would be called Duck Blur. That'd be cool. So I want my games to look realistic, i.e. I don't want... Could you ever play those games where they have these huge, like, sort of like arrows popping up on the screen to let you know which way to turn? That kind of ruins my immersion, so I don't want that. But yet at the same time, I don't want the controls to be so finicky that if you just like tap on the joystick, that your car immediately spins out of control. And I don't want to spend hours customizing my car. So like I don't need it to be hyper realistic in terms of like I don't want it to be too So I want controls that feel a little solid. Maybe a little, I don't know, just a little thicker. So I don't want it to be hyper realistic in that way, but I also don't want it to seem particularly cartoony. Yeah. So I want a very specific thing, and I also want there to be some sort of thing going on besides just racing around a track, if that makes any sense. So, for example, the Need for Speed engine was in one of the James Bond games, maybe like Everything or Nothing, and that was great because you were James Bond, you were like getting in car chases, and that was like my favorite. I loved that. That was the best because like the car chases meant something. You had to like escape the bad guys or chase the bad guys, and there was like car action sequences, and I was happy. When I mean adult, I mean like if the game talked about stuff like economic struggles of subjects seriously. Yeah, like really does games when they talk about like the economy or racism or sexism, they're never talked about as seriously as they are. Often these subject matters are simplified to the point they're kids' cartoons or skirted around completely. Totally, right? Like there are a lot of things that are mature, economics and racism, sexism, also just like, I don't know, having mature relationships, getting older, divorces, right? And rarely do games have any of those things, but they have people being shot in the head. Takarush, the Ducks, they don't back down. They don't. 6 days and 6 new outfits. And Vargar Trooper just wants a commuter simulator. I don't know. I really need to try the truck games. I have one. What's it called? I have it in my Steam library. Like, come on. It's what's it called? I have it. It's like American Truck Simulator or Truck Drive. I have one. Euro Truck Simulator. I have Euro Truck Simulator. I should try it, see if I like it. It might be good. Where we find out that Donald Duck is an inspirational speaker and brilliant strategist hampered only by his crippling speech impediment. Oh. By the way, Trooper, next Friday CR is doing a Monster Hearts one-shot. Oh. Ooh. That could be very cool. Rachel says, I don't like racing games, but I don't mind things like race trials and open world games like Far Cry 3 or Just Cause, etc. Yes. Oh, for Valentine's. Yeah, like I'm sort of Yeah, the ring is four operas. It's Das Rheingold, Die Valkyrie, Siegfried, and then Götterdämmerung. Those are the four. Um, yeah. So like, if there's a racing game that makes it feel like the racing sections in games like Far Cry 3 or Just Cause, then I'm cool with it. But I feel like I wish I liked more racing games. It's funny, like sometimes I'll find I don't tend to like beat 'em up games, but sometimes I'll find a beat 'em up game that I love, but then most of them I don't love. And I don't tend to like most racing games, but every once in a while I'll find a racing game that I really love. It's tricky. Mm-hmm. We talked about Fate Core. We talked about how I've got a bunch I need to do. And I wish racing and driving games had more realistic damage models. That would be really cool. Like I want just some I want some cool stuff in my game that way. Yeah, that would be fun. And maybe like you end up having your car ends up slowing down and like you have to like I don't know. I am the storm. Have been saying things like this the whole time. I don't want to end looking like Angela. I don't know Angela. Um, I settle for cars that don't explode when you shoot them. But Levi, I thought that cars always exploded when you shoot them. Here's what's going to happen. Right now, I'm going to, because I'm going to do it, I'm going to just load up. Because here's what I'm thinking about what we're playing right now is Return of the Obra Dinn. And the thing about it is that I think we just have to do a bunch of like detective work, like little like detail-oriented detective work. And so we're going to just have it up. And while it's up, we're going to just talk about things. We're going to kind of have this in the background, and we're going to just background Obra Dinn a little bit. Just stopping every once in a while for a little bit of hearing cutscenes. But there's so many dead bodies here. There's so many dead bodies. I miss Flight Simulator. Oh, Angela Merkel. Mm-hmm. I miss flight simulators. Graphics tech was about to be able to do them justice as the genre died. But I will say this: even though the genre is dead, it may not. It may come back. I'm thinking about, for example, adventure games. People thought that adventure games were dead, and we wouldn't. But then they've made a resurgence, and so maybe we'll get more. Maybe we will get more flight sims, because I think you're right that Anna Geeks loves flight sims. I played what did I play? I played a couple flight sims. I feel like I would probably want. Oh, there are two different types of flight sims for me though. However, I'm starting a bunch of different games on my streams next week, trying to add more variety. Oh, that's very cool, Kalan. Kalan, once I get into break, I should be able to see your stuff. There's actually a problem where people don't help folks in a vehicle accident because they're worried their car is going to explode. Oh yeah, and it doesn't explode that way anyway, right? I mean, that's not how it happens. We're gonna just find out who this person is. We only have 2 memories for this person, and we're just gonna look at them while we figure out who they are. So a bitter cold part 2. Huh. Unless it's a Pinto. Pintos do catch fire. That is true. I guess BeamNG Drive has insane damage models. Interesting. And it has explosive. She goes to the Wagner Festival, but then her budget is spare. Adventure games were never dead. It's just adventure games that were made where small indie devs and big game mags and journalists didn't care about them. Yeah. Well, but I think there was that moment. So here's the thing, right? In the Xbox One era, there were still adventure games being made for console. There was still some around. But then when you get to the 360 era, early 360 era, I feel like they were not yet on the gun deck. First mate, third mate. I feel like the indie scene hadn't taken over just yet. I suppose they were still being made. That's true. But now we've got like a resurgence of them. Small indies. It's true. Especially, and it's also really tricky when you think about adventure games because Thrumbleweed Park was a revival of point-and-click adventure games. And I think it's really tricky because adventure games encompass point-and-click, but also in some ways, yeah. I wonder if we're going to get text games back. On your toes, boys. How can you do this? Load her up. We best push off. Let me go. Give her here, will ya, Captain? Slack the lifts. Lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up. This is when this person died. But I feel, well... They were also in Murder Part 3, Bitter Cold. Well, let's see if maybe we can find them. Maybe we can find them and find out who they are. So we want to go to Bitter Cold Part 2. So that's the Orlop deck. Let's see if we can just find them. Oh, yeah, I really enjoy text-based adventures. They're not... Although it's funny because I play visual novels, which I suppose are in that space, right? I mean, right? We'll get text games back during the silent film resurgence. You never know. Let's see if we can find this person. We're looking for someone, and then we can like clear them up. I wonder... Who are you? Nope. We know that there is a person that we are looking for in this memory. And the question is... Where is this person? Because I actually don't see them. Which makes me feel like they're somewhere hiding. Are you this person? Oh, hey, look. That person has a tattoo. So this person has a tattoo of a lady on their arm. Oh, hey y'all, there was another thing I wanted to tell you. Tattoo, lady, arm is bunk 37. Is number 37. So, I don't know if any of you watched, if any of you, why can I not, I would really like to, you know what though? It's fine. We're just gonna see what we can find. That's what we're gonna do. It's fine. So I don't know if you watched The Witcher the other night. Did you watch The Witcher last night? Did you watch it? Did you watch it? Because my character's secret backstory came out last night, which is very... Oh, and I forgot. 47 smokes a pipe. Yeah. 47 smokes a pipe. Just gonna... Oh, well, their secrets came out. That's 3 people in this bunk, everyone. I just want to point out 3 people in this bunk. And I suppose they have to take their hammocks down every night, huh? Oh, the cast is good. I am in a state of honor that I get to be in with such a great cast. It is a brilliant cast, and I love it. No? So here's my question. They say this guy is in here, but where is he? Yeah, and I want to talk about the secret, but there are people who are probably not caught up. You know, maybe they're indoors. No? 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 This guy here, no? Oh, wait. Oh, hey, you know what? I have an idea. Did you make the reference? I just had an idea that I thought was really interesting, and that is, since we've got a bunch of people in their beds, we might be able to use that to, we might be able to actually do some process of elimination this way. So they're saying that everybody in this place, I think we can do this. Everyone. I have a thought about this. I think we might be able to yeah. Okay. So, I have an idea. Wait, did I make the reference that I promised to tell me about? I think I did. Yes, I'm trying to remember what it was. Yes? Maybe? Yes? Maybe? Oh, there are 22 other people here. So, can I... You said I'd get it, but I'm not watching the show. Oh, do I even remember what it was now? Now I feel like let me think. I don't even remember. Now. What? Ugh. I don't even remember. I feel like the worst. By the way, I've decided what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to write down the numbers on the bunks and then note who's there, because this is probably going to tell us something that we can use, is what I'm thinking. But we're going to start. That's fine. We'll start. I wonder if they're going to count these people. They probably are. Oh, B-Boodle! Oh no! Wait, B-Boodle? I see you. Clearly, oh, I can't even fix it. We're on silent mode, I think, still from the thing, but I'm gonna sing it for you. The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both and say the name. I like Bob. Bob drop the B's, Bo, or Fred. Fred drop the F's for red. Or Mary. Mary drop the M's, Mo, airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Be boodle-floof, be boodle-floof, be boodle-floof, bo, e boodle-floof, banana, fana, fo, fee, foodle-floof, fee, fi, mo, be boodle-floof. Be boodle-floof. Thank you so much for the resub. It's been 15 months. And also, Krellin, I remember now. I just had to get a little bit of time, and then I remembered. I remembered what it was. I remembered. Ooh. So, Krellin, here's the thing that you will appreciate. It was revealed last episode that my character's name is not Eric. It is Ezrin. Oh, good night. Good night, J-Rob. 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 Broccoli Rob. Yeah. So my character's name is not actually Eric. It is Ezrin. And Ezrin is also the name of Ezrin from the Pathfinder adventure card game. So I thought, there you go. You would get my Ezrin reference. That's all. So, okay, tomorrow we'll dress up, put on my makeup on, and waddle around Ilum Bolagus and find Arnie and Arnie Jacobson egg chair and sit there till the salesperson asks if they can get me an information flyer for me. Looking at pretty things helps me to get out of a funk. And maybe I'll also stop at Tiffany's and roll all of their display. Hey, do it. Are you an atheist wizard who thinks gods are dumb, stupid heads unworthy of worship? No, but I was going to go with Ezra, but I was like, no, Ezra doesn't sound, even though Ezra is an old name, it just doesn't sound fantasy enough. So I went with Ezrin. So I'm going to just mark down, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to just mark down the numbers that are present and see how many we have. And we're going to know that there are 2 there that we cannot read and 2 there that we cannot read. But if you were Ezra and people asked, why do you go by Eric? You could say, because it's better than Ezra. That is fair. Control Freak. I said, the name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name. I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Control freak, bo, control freak, banana, fanner, foe, control freak, fee, fi, mo, control freak, control freak. You know, speaking of the name game, hey, Polished Cryptid, how are you? You sent me a DM that I saw when I was about to walk into class, and I'm going to respond to it once I finish my stream today. I think it's about Monday, and I think my answer is going to be yes. I just have to check my calendar. I think the answer is yes, but what I can't, oh wait, I have a phone. Hold on. Wait, I have a phone. And I can just check my calendar on my phone. This coming Monday, what time is the question? Because the answer can certainly be yes. And if the answer is yes, because the time, Krellin, I have a phone. I used to have a flip phone, which made me feel like I was in Star Trek, but then it died. Well, what happened? It didn't die. What happened was that the battery, it was really hard to get replacement batteries for Razr phones. You just couldn't get them anymore, and like my battery would hold a charge for like seconds, and then so I had to get a new phone. But I held on to my Razr for a really long time, like longer than other people. Wait, You said it was like afternoon my time, 2 in the morning your time, but I don't. Did you give me an? Look, I want to settle this once and for all, because if I do, then we can announce it on stream right now. Yeah, Krellin says the flip phone was deliberately designed to make people feel like they were in Star Trek, because 11 a.m. Tuesday, Queensland time. What is that in East Coast time? Dear me. Hey Siri, 11 a.m. Queensland is what time on the East Coast?
In New York City, New York, it's 1941.
No, that's not what I wanted. They didn't. That was not it. That was. Hey Siri, what's the time difference between Queensland and New York?
It's 1942 in New York City, New York.
Oh! Hey Siri, why are you so dumb?
I'm trying my best.
Oh, sorry. Now I feel bad. Maybe they are confused about Queensland. Maybe 9 p.m. Is that right? On a Monday? I could do that. But 11 a.m. Queensland is it 9 p.m.? Is that 9 p.m. Eastern? Yes. Yes. So, oh, I think are we -5? Or I thought we were -4. -4? 5. 5? Search results, local time conversion, 11 a.m. Friday, Queensland is 8 p.m. Thursday, Eastern time. Yeah, Eastern is -5. Okay, so 8 p.m. I can do that, Polished, without a doubt. And so, I feel like we should make an announcement. Let's make an announcement. Hey, everybody. Hey, it's Thursday. And let me tell you what I'm doing for the week, just so you know. After this show at 10 p.m. Eastern, I will be hosting Critical Role if you want to hang out with a chat that's not hectic. And on Saturday at noon, I will be playing The Outer Worlds. And then on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Queensland time, I will be guesting on just use an atlas like a normal person. I suppose that's really what I should be doing. I will be guesting over on Polished Cryptid's channel, and announcements. What a horrible way to die. What a horrible. Wait, I can't actually touch my screen. Can people who are not me type the things in the chat, because Obra Dinn does not let you have control of things. So it is, the name of the show is, hold on, I've got it right here. It's Tavern Talks, and it is a talk show. It's a gaming talk show, and it is on Polished Cryptid. It's on your channel, yes? Yes, on Polished Cryptid. Can somebody give a shout out, a streamer to Polished Cryptid? If one could. So you can find me there on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, at Polished Cryptid, whose name is right there. And I will put that on my calendar for next week. So I will put it on there so you can see it. Right now I have no control. I don't think Nightbot should listen. That's what Nightbot should do, but Nightbot is so tricky. And then Wednesday, The Witcher on Tales from the Grim. I'm very excited because I don't know if you've seen Tavern Tales. I've watched a couple episodes and super fun. Oh, thank you, Levi. See, like, Nightbot listens sometimes. I mean, Nightbot can be a little tricky. So I think this is like a 37 and probably a 30. Oh no, that's a 42. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. So we've got 36, 37. 37. 42 is there. I wonder why the numbers don't follow. Yeah, so they have a good talk show. They are got interesting stuff going on. This is 47, 42, 43, 44, 45. We're going to do this old school, you know what I mean, where you actually have to sort of figure out things for real on your own. So that's a 47. Welcome to the Time Zone Suck Club. You are Trooper. Queensland, Australia, GMT, and don't call me Siri. 45? What do you think that number is? That's probably, that's 46, it looks like. I think that is the case. Yeah, that's 46 is what that looks like to me. And then, I wonder why the numbers are the way they are. Like, that's a 39, a 40, and that's a 41. So, like, that's all in order. That's a 38. And that's 59. You know what I think? 51, 52, 53, 4. I think these people carry their hammocks with them and then just hang them up where they can. And they probably often hang them up in the proper spaces, but maybe not always, is what I'm thinking. Right, that I think that sometimes they're just like, well, I'll just hang it up here. That's a 56. That's a 55. So I think some people must. Yeah, I think that Obra Dinn does not care about my counting. Like, yeah, this is my thought, that they sort of just go where they can, and that's a 57. And this is a 58. I've not been that calm in weeks. I think we know these folks. That's a 54 and an X. 54, and there was an X who I think we figured out what number that was. That's a 53. And this is 51. So those are the numbers we have. I'm going to tell you how many that is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then there are those 4 numbers we didn't see. And that's 22. And this says there are 22 people present. So I feel like that is going to tell us something. And, oops, if we look at the crew, let's see what our numbers. We have 36 fell overboard. 37, one of our top men. So 38, 39, 40, 41. So basically we have our top men. 42. Maba from New Guinea is not present. And neither is Lewis Walker. Ooh! People. What if the hammock numbers just corresponded to the log? No, they do. The hammock numbers correspond to the log. That's the cool part, right? So we know that Lewis Walker is not present, and that name does sound familiar because we had 2 Englishmen who were top men. We're trying to figure out one versus the other, and so he is not present, so which tells us something really good, right? So we can actually figure something out there. So Maba and Lewis Walker are not present, and then our Russians are all present. And they're like 45, 46, 47. Nathan Peters and Lars Lindell are not present, and neither is John Naples. So John Naples is not present either. Interesting. I'm going to think about that for a moment. And then 51 is Renfred Rajoub, Abraham Akbar, William Wasim. Oh, yeah, that 52 is the X, by the way. And then we get Henry Brennan, Alexander Booth, Patrick O'Hagan, and George Shirley. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do now. This is what I'm going to do now because this is a little picayune, but I feel like this is the way we should do it to be there. So I'm going to write down the names of the people who are present, because once we get out of here, we can't keep going back and forth. Omid Gul is present, who's a topman. Timothy Boudemont is a topman. Wang Li is a topman. Ji Zhang, topman. Li Hong, topman. Li Hong is 40. Wei Li, topman. Nicholas Boteril, is also a topman. Yeah, where are all the Chinese people? See, we can see them in the image, but then this is my question. Krellin, we will find them when we get to the seaman. Wah, wah. That was really bad. It's not my fault. So, Omid Gul, we have solved. Timothy, no. Wei Li 41, we have solved. There was so super top energy. It's true. Krellin, it's your fault. Nicholas Botterill, we have solved. And Nicholas Botterill's 42. Maba and Lewis Walker are not there. And then we have Leonid Volkov is there. And he's also a topman. And he's been solved. And then... Look, I feel like we do this and we're going to be golden. Atomica! We're doing some what do you call it, puzzle piecing right now. Leonid Volkov, Alarkus Nikishin. He's a seaman. Tops and also. And then Alexei Toporov. I wish I could just have a photograph of this. Who's also a seaman. And that's the first. Jer, I don't mean to do that to you, but what am I supposed to do? 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Is that right? 40 is Li Hong. Nope. I'm off my numbers. 36, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41. Nicholas Botterill is 42. Volkov is 45. 46, 47. And then we're missing 3. And then 51 is Renfred. Do you remember playing video games back in the 80s, text-based games, and you just had to take lots and lots of notes all the time because it was all puzzles all the time? Do you remember that? I remember that. And then Renfred Rajoub, Abraham Akbar, who's 52. And then William Wasim, who's 53. Solomon Syed, who's 54, but also, and then Hamadou Diom from Sierra Leone. I mean, I think I know who that is, but I'm not 100% certain. Who's 55. Henry Brennan. Is 56 and also solved. Alexander Booth is 57, not solved. Patrick O'Hagan is 58 and solved. And George Shirley is 59 and not solved. Oh, Jer, see, you know what I'm talking about, Jer. So now what I think we should do is we're going to go back to the bitter cold here, and we're going to look at the people who are present and see who we have and who we have missing. So this is Nicholas Botterill, Maba, Omid Ghoul. This person here we don't know, but they were shot. And this person was also, we have this person, we don't know if they're a top man or not. This person is clubbed. Oh, I remember taking so many notes for NIST. It was somewhat epic. So we have, looking at our list, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tops. 4 tops that have not been identified in this. We have Tim, what's his face, and then Huang Li, Ji Yang, and Li Huang, who are all Chinese. This guy is not, but we know this guy's a top man, I think. So I think what this means is that this guy is, these are this Russians. This is a Russian. Seaman, Topman. Yeah, so I think this guy here is going to have to be Tim, what's his face? Timothy Butamont, because he is clearly not Chinese, and none of our other top men are sort of listed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So I think this guy here, right? I think this guy here is Butamont. So I think we fixed him. We've got these 3 guys here, Huan Li, Ji Jiang, and Li Huang, who are this guy, Li Hong, this guy, and this guy. But which one is a little unclear to me, but we do know them. But as Lebowski told us, the Chinaman is not the issue. Because these are these, and then this guy. No, this guy. Oh yeah. This is Wei Li, one of our other top men. Okay. So now we just have to look at the seamen. And I have got listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 who are unidentified. One identified. So this is one who's, I think this is our other Russian, actually. I think this is our other Russian right there. So we have one there. We think that that guy's correct there. We have this seaman and that seaman, and these both look like black people to me, but they could be. And we have one person from Sierra Leone, which is sort of. We have 2 Russians. We've got. Oh, hold on. I feel like. Yeah, all those people. Hold on. Abraham Akbar and Williams Wasim, we have them. And Solomon Syed we have. So really we only have George Shirley, Alexander, what's his face, the guy from Sierra Leone, are 2 Russians. So that's actually only 5 people. right, are 2 Russians. George Shirley, what's his face, and Alexander. Okay, I think we can maybe do something here with this. And here's what I'm thinking. We know that would be, you know what? Although we don't know who this guy is, actually. One. So I think we have 5 seamen listed, and we know there are a couple of other, but I think if we look at here, trending Satan. Oh, all right. So we look at our seamen. We have our 2 Russians who we've got to work out. We've got John Naples, who is not present, I do not believe. He's not. And then we've got Hamadou Diom from Sierra Leone, Alexander Booth, and George Shirley, 2 English people. So, the Welsh boyo and John, yeah, but John Naples is not present. So, we have Alexander Booth and George Shirley, and Alexander Booth and George Shirley. I feel like I'm on the edge. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I'm on the edge of this. Right, that's him. So that's our other Russian. And that's that Russian, and this is the other Russian. Right. And these are our folks from India that are hanging out. And this is, yeah. One's about to break. It's true. I wish. So I really feel like we got one more out of this, but there are probably more we can get. If we go. So these are our Russians. We know this is Nathan Peters. All these people are identified. This guy is not identified. I don't know who this person is at all. Driving Lark, the Edge of Glory. This person, we know who people. So this guy or this guy is from Sierra Leone. This guy's going to have to be one of those 2 people that we're sort of looking out for, because these are top men. We know who this guy is. We know who that guy is. We know who this guy is. So what I'm trying to tell you is that this guy here, these 3 people are the guy from Sierra Leone, and then our last 2, who are Alexander Booth and George Shirley. That's these 3 people. These 3 right here. And I feel like this is the guy from Sierra Leone. I really feel like that. And I feel like these 2 are the other ones. And I have no idea who this guy is, though. And his presence makes me nervous. But he perishes in Murder Part 3. And he says, give it up. So he's one of our people, but I don't know, because there are a couple of numbers missing. So I think we hold that one a little bit. We are going to come back to that moment and think about it, because I feel like we can. Who are you? Who are you? No. Okay, so this is one of our top men. Right? This is one of our top men. My great-great-granddad was a freed slave who came from Sierra... Really? Oh, that's so interesting. Sierra Leone, it's French, right? It's French. This person is very mysterious to me. This person, I feel like... This person has got to be Duncan McKay, Zungi Sathi. I don't think they're a purser or Samuel. I feel like I think this guy might be Zungi Sathi. Does he look Indian to you? Because we've got three sort of we have three upper level people left: the purser, the ship steward, and the second's mate. Yep, apparently the women from there are known for their bad tempers. Are they? Purser, ship steward, and second mate steward. This is right. We're gonna find out who this person is. This person has been taunting me. Ship steward, second mate steward. Where does this person live? First mate, second mate. Murder. I'm afraid to answer do they look X to you questions. Yeah, I understand that. So they were clearly there. Murder. Can you send one my way so I can chase her onto the janitor? She deserves a verbal kick in the guts. Let's go to murder part 2 so we can find a body there. Oh, because maybe we can find out from their accent. We need to get to the open sea. The question is, accessible only through another corpse. That's fair. And that corpse is here, right here. Let's get this corpse. This is the one we want. That's the one we want. We want calling 443. Let's do it. I think we might be able to get it. I understand that you're angry. I understand that. The only thing about does so-and-so look X to you is that this game clearly wants you to think about those questions. And I was like, well, fore and aft. We're going over here, are we not? I think we are. This is 4-4. 4-5. So let's go 4-4. Yeah. Does that make this game racist? Probably not. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. There's a lot of badness happening here. But maybe we can find... That's 4-2? We want 4-3. We want 4-3. I think it's this one. All right, we'll have to listen to the accent.
You still breathing? Can you roll? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake!
All right, so Nichols, shoot them for God's sake. Right? O'Hagan, you still breathing? Can you row? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake. What accent is that? Because that is this person's accent right here. So this person is either Scottish, Indian, from India, or Irish. Indian or Irish. But... all right, we're gonna play it again. Because I want you to tell me what they sound like they're from. Here, this is what we're gonna do. I know how we do it. Sounded Irish to you, not Welsh? So we've either got, the question is Scottish or Irish is the question. That's the question we have to deal with. Scottish or Irish. This is not it yet.
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay
Well, that's
quiet.
Irish, right?
If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假，你玩抓不？
我冇问题，但是伊来想啊，绝对袂当互伊落在水底。
那是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来。Aye, shut it up. They say strange things about monsters.
So, is this guy sounding Irish to us? Is the question. I, sir, checked and loaded myself. And that's the people on this boat. Right? Yes. Yes, right? And he's Russian. So we are feeling Irish. That is how we're feeling with this guy? It seems. Dara O'Brien is... yeah. So... I wish I could get, a few more conversations. But... keep course due east, right? I, sir, checked and loaded myself. Good, stay quiet and alert. They say, okay, so I think he's feeling Irish, dresses up like a character. Lucky Charms? Unless it's not Scottish, unless they say Dinn. So I think we're gonna go with, I think you're right about, we're gonna listen one more time to the guy that's gonna get killed, right? That's gonna be our thing. So it's this guy here, right here. And he's the one who says, O'Hagan, you still breathing, can you row? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake. That's what he's gonna say. And based on his uniform, he is clearly not a seaman. He's some kind of upper level person. And it looks to me like I think he's a steward rather than a purser based on his clothing. And the three people we have, okay, we're thinking the Scottish is the part of Britain I am least. So we're looking at where are people? We have a purser from Scotland, but I don't think that's him. I mean, we have the purser opened. We have the ship steward from India, and then we have Samuel Galligan, the second mate steward from Ireland. But he could be the purser from Scotland, but I think probably not. But I think we should listen. Irish or Scottish? Tell me what you think. I think Irish. Maybe?
O'Hagan, you still breathing? Can you row?
Yeah, Irish.
Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake.
Irish. Right? Irish? Yes. Right? Yeah, okay. I think we're all good with that. So let's say that this is Samuel Galligan. And yeah, but Samuel Galligan is somebody else. So maybe there are two Irish people hanging out together. But he dies in this memory. No, that's on the open sea. No, this is it. He dies right here. So the question, this is where he dies. Okay, so he is in a struggle. It's Irish, it's too understandable to be Scottish. Okay, so he dies right here, and he's killed by this guy, It Bing Xia. So the question is, he is killed by this guy. How do you interpret this death? I need your, how do we interpret this death? We've got a struggle, and then his body's over here. Let's see. Not alive. He's not axed or burned or clawed or clubbed or crushed. Decapitated or drowned isn't right. Exactly. Don't piss off royalty. Bludgeoned? Yeah, bludgeoned. He's not eaten or electrocuted. Expired seems weird. He's not exploded. Fell? No. Froze? No. Illness? Killed? No. Tell that to the French. Knifed? Poisoned, shot, speared, spiked, strangled, struck? Strangled by... We're gonna go with strangled. I mean, that feels a lot, but It Bing Xia. I mean, I don't know if that's strangled. I don't know if that's strangled. Does that look strangled to you? We're really getting into like a little bit of murder. But this is where he dies. It Bing Xia is grabbing him and struggling with him, and monsters are happening. Knifed? But he doesn't have a knife. Does he have a knife? Is that a knife? Here I am, really wanting to sort of zoom in on... Oh, wait. No. I think you're right. That looks like he's holding something in his hand. I think you're right. That's a knife. Yeah, knifed. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's a knife. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I don't think he was strangled. I think he was knifed. Yeah. It's subtle in there, but yes. Who are you? Oh, yeah, we know how you died. We just don't know who you are yet. I think that was good, everybody. I feel really bad for all these people. Hey, Sea Spider. What did you do at work? What happened to you? French is the #1 language I dislike. 5 minutes, and I want to ask to zip it. I don't. Oh, hey, wait, look. Hold on. This guy here. This guy has a pipe, everyone. Has a pipe. This guy has a pipe right here in our face, and we know... Wait, that 47 smokes a pipe, and 47 is Alexei Toporov, so we know that this is Alexei Toporov. Yes. Also, it looks like... I feel like he's going overboard. I think he's gonna drown, maybe. But this also means that we know... Hold on. This is good. If that's Alexei... we also know that dragged to the depths. Who else is on this boat? Do you have your Russian friend? You do. Your Russian friend is also on this boat, and this Russian friend of yours is... Oh, people. Come on. Give us some love here, right? This is good. So, noting this, it looks to me, where are we right now? Dragged to the depths. This is where this guy dies. I think we can I think I'm feeling really good about this. So that's some murder over there. It's awkward. This is Patrick O'Hagan. Now, I may be wrong about some things, but I feel like I'm feeling pretty good. Who are you? Officer. Stupid. So let's say this guy, I feel like he... When's the last time we see him? In The Calling. Oh, yeah, I think he drowns. Right? I think he drowns. Right? That's what it seems like to me. I think he drowns. No, he was not drowned. I think he... Okay, so not drowned. Fell overboard. Yes! People, you and I, all of us together. Yes. Okay. Yes. I would not be able to do that without you, but we also can figure out the other Russian while we're here. Right? Because we have another Russian who dies here, and also let's see if there's any crewmen. I'm not taking credit for that. It was, I'm gonna give you a little credit. We still don't know who the purser is. We've got to work on that. We don't know this one, but it looks like right now. Okay, this guy's wrong. This guy here, Timothy Budiment, is wrong. So we know that, and we'll have to sort of ponder that situation. And Timothy Budiment is 37, one of our people in that thing. So I think Timothy Budiment has got to then be this other person. So we're gonna have to come back to that one person, and he's someone else. We will get there. We will get there. I think that's okay. But what we need now is the other Russian. There is another Russian. Let's just sort of dance around and see if we can find him. What happens to our Russian? And then, oh.
Keep rowing!
你没过来啊！没这。
Where is it? There! Something there!
I see it!
Give us a weapon!
Shoot it! Mike and I! Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
Okay. So there's, okay. You are not doing well. Hi. Bad for you. Here's our pipe wielder. I'm so excited about my pipe wielding excitement. You are some officer who's a waste of space. Clearly. Oh, hello. Hi. This is our other Russian right here. How are we going to interpret this? You are Claude? Shall we go with Claude? Oh, and that's where that knife came from. I feel like you are clawed by a terrible beast. Yes. Is eaten by mermaid, because you know how mermaids are. Axed, burned, clawed, clubbed, crushed, decapitated, drowned by a beast. Could be drowned, right? Because they're pulled into the ocean. Let's go with drowned by a beast. That feels good to me. I mean, one person we cannot yet identify because one of our top men, we got that person, that person, that person, that person, and this person. So I think with one exception, we're good with that one. Hello, Atomic. We just got some stuff, which I feel really good about. We've got a couple of things we are... Oh, who's this person? It's a person that I'm... Getting these last topmen is going to be, I think, a little bit tricky. But I feel like we're actually in a pretty good space. This unknown soul was spiked by a terrible beast, but I think this is going to have to be... We have another Bang is the old man, yeah. So actually, here's what I'm thinking. I think this guy here is the ship steward, because I think he's our only steward left. Right? Because this uniform here with the kind of the jackets, those are steward's jackets, and I think we only have one steward left, the ship steward. So that's got to be him. Stewart. Okay. So that's right. Like we are at the moment in trouble with this person who is not Timothy Buttermint. So I'm going to say you are just an unknown topman. But that does mean that you might be Timothy Buttermint, because I believe you were in that scene. Let's think about that. Now, you may not be, and might have to come back to you. But, right? This is a possibility. At the moment, I just want you to know that I feel so good about my life. And like, there's the knife that we use for stabbing. There's only one person in here that we don't know what happens to them. And we know what happens, we just don't know their name, so we can leave. And maybe we can figure it out, but we don't know just yet. I feel like a superstar. So let's, if we look at our crew, we are very close. There are only a few people left we don't know, right? We haven't figured out yet what happened to Martin Parrott, but all these people are done. We need to figure out who the purser is. Hey now, I'm an all-star. Get your game on, yeah. We don't know what happened to Philip Dahl, the captain steward, but I think he was killed by monsters or something. And we basically have got to figure out these topmen and a couple of seamen at the end. That's like we're basically good for all the main folks. It's a bunch of small folks that we have to deal with. Or below decks people. So here's what I'm thinking. We have got a purser that we need to identify. And if we can do that, I think, so my goal right now is to find somebody who seems fancy looking and see if we can, who does not have a name, right? Because these people all have names. It's interesting how people hang out together. I just will say that. And there are also some people we don't know how they died, but none of these people seem fancy. Are from Roast and Royalty. So I feel like our fancy purser is probably going to be in this photo. So I think that's the ship steward. I don't think that's a purser, because all of these stewards are wearing the same clothing. Third mate, first mate, second mate, gunner, midshipman. The midshipmen are hanging out together. Surgeon. Are you, my friend, are you the purser? This person here might be the purser. They've got an extra special fancy outfit. Small folks are the hobbits. And they are, I think, the only person that seems fancy that we don't have a name for. And I think it's this one. I think this is our purser. So I am going to look at the deck map. The Doom. The Doom. What happens to them? Gunner Store. Soldier of the Sea. Soldiers of the Sea. So they're on this deck where the purser's office is, and they're nowhere else. Look, I think they're the purser. Where's our purser from? Our purser is... The purser may not even be talking. Purser's from Scotland. Look, I think it only makes sense to me that that's who that person is. I'm just telling you. I think this is Duncan McKay, because that will then get rid of basically all of our sort of officer type. And then I just want to see what happens to them in the Doom. Where is your body? Where do you die? You die in the Doom. The Doom Part 1, apparently the Doom Part 7. We're here. I feel like we can do this, everyone. The Doom Part 7. I know we've made it really far, and I think other people present. Here's this person. Are all people present? Let's find the corpse here. So we're looking for the corpse right here, which should be... No, this doesn't seem right. Where's... Right there. Right here. I feel like this is it for us. I'm so excited. Let's see if we can find him. Basically, I think that we can't find his body, is what I'm thinking. So I think he's one of these people, is what I think. Because there are 3 people right over here that are clearly being tossed overboard, right? Hi. So that, see what I'm saying here? 3 people who the answer to their story is they got tossed overboard. Yeah, and I cannot name them exactly because I cannot identify them. But if this other guy is nowhere else here, then I think that's juggled by a tentacle. Hello, who are you? Nope. Rub-a-dub-dub. 3 men were picked the wrong time to abandon ship. They're like, hey, why don't we leave? Bad timing. This is... Right, so I think as long as we check to make sure that our purser is not one of the other 3 people, and that's our poor friend. He's going to be dead. This should be Charles Minor, because I can kind of recognize him now. Here's another person who's an officer, because they've got guns. Good guns. And you, I think, are one of our top men. Mm-hmm. There might be an early memory of them on the boat before the Kraken yeeted them overboard. That's true. Maybe there is. But, oh, you know what else? Here's a thought. Here's a thought. I've got a thought for you. I've got a thought for you. There are 12 people present in this scene, right? We know that there are 12 people present. Why don't we count how many people we can find and see what that will give us? So, 1, who we know, Wei Li. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I miscount. Hold on. Sorry, I miscount. 1, 2, those two there. 3 for this guy. 4 for that guy. Who are you? 5 for this guy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I know, right, Kulan? Okay, so all 12 are accounted for in terms of bodies that are alive in this space. All 12 of them. And that means we can figure something out. Oh! Okay. So, clubbed, torn apart, unknown, shot, unknown. Unknown. That's 3 unknowns. We don't know what happened to Martin Parrott either. Unknown. Shot, knifed, torn apart, clubbed, torn apart, torn apart. So there are 4 people that we don't know what happened to them. Martin Parrott, and this guy, and, well, we actually don't, and this guy. That's 3 people? Oh, no, but Martin Parrott, actually, I think we see him. I think he is, oh, people. I'm feeling really good about this right now. I think that we've got, that's Martin Parrott, so that's great. So those 3 people, we know that they went overboard. This guy, drowned, exploded, suicide, struck, torn apart. Where's our overboard? Didn't we have one? Alive, axed, burned, clawed, clubbed, crushed, decapitated, drowned, probably drowned, eaten, electrocuted, expired, fell, thank you, overboard. Oh. Thank you, troublesome. People. Yeah. We are almost done. But that also means we have one person who I think is wrong. We're gonna, oh, hi. We're gonna fix this one guy that I think we still don't have right. Or maybe we don't. I don't know. Do we have any people that I think are wrong right now? Yeah, this is wrong. Zungi Sathi, the ship's steward, is not correct. Which means we're gonna have to come back to this and think about that a little bit. Figure out what to do about that situation. But to go back here, we can finish those 2 other people that are going. It's really good. But we're on 7, right? This one. So there were 2 other people who got tossed overboard. You fell overboard. And also you fell overboard. If you are indeed the purser. Okay. So at this point, we're insanely awesome, but we are missing, who is it? There's a person. Where are we? Hello. So more of a cartwheel. So look, we have just done something really amazing. We have very few people left that we don't know. They were oh, we're on a roll. I thought you meant those dudes getting hey, they might have been rolled out as well, right? So we need to figure out about Zungi Sathi, the ship steward from India. I think that's him. And we thought he was spiked by a terrible beast, no? Is that not accurate? Because here's the thing, I'm pretty sure, if we go back, all of our stewards are now accounted for, except for Philip Dahl, but that is not Philip Dahl. like all of our stewards are accounted for. So I think that has to be Zungi Sathi. But now here's the thing about Philip Dahl. Philip Dahl was sent to be in a room with the creatures, and that was the last we heard of him. Right? And so like we see him. Oh. The Calling. Really? 4-6, 5-2 unholy captives. 5-4. Right? So here's the thing. He is dragged away in unholy captives. Right? So he's grabbed. And it says, like, keep pressure here, hold him down. What madness is this? 20 years, my steward, never doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself. Those ungodly beasts carry a curse. Throw them back or doom us all. Time him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses. Come on, you fools. So he's tied up and put in the lazarette with the things. And that's the last time we hear about him. So I think that's the last memory we have of him. So that's bad, right? Like that's... Oh, but then demons show up. I think he must have been... So he's the one that shouts they're back in 4-6. It's not particularly relevant. You mean there's no 4-6. There's a 4-5. You mean 6-4? That's probably what you mean. No. So here's the thing. We know he's tied up and sent to the lazarette with the creatures. Chapter 4, part 6. Chapter 4, part 6. Aha. They're back, right? Okay. So here's the thing. He's sent to the lazarette with the creatures. Presumably those creatures are not alive, one would hope. But we also know those creatures later attack the lazarette, do they not? Not in the Doom, but in... Oh, yeah, well, right? Like there's badness there. So I'm going to assume if he's in there with creatures, it's bad for him, right? Like that's not going to work out well for you. But I need to find Zungi Sathi because I feel like we know who he is now, but I don't think we have him. Maybe he's not spiked. So let's see if we can find this guy who we probably have wrong. Probably. I'm looking, you know what? I should probably actually just look for him on the map, and that's probably just easier. Why is this my life? Yeah, we'll just sketch. We are looking for this guy, who I think is the ship's steward. No, we've been there, but someone shouts that the spider crab demon make for the lazarette. Yes, that's right. I remember that, but I don't know if we saw his body. Soldier of the Sea part. But if they locked him up in the lazarette, that's no good. Like, I imagine he's killed by the let's see. Here's the lazarette. This is his corpse. Oh, he's the one that's actually a little bit tricky because it's a little bit unclear if he's spiked or shot. Because I think he might have been shot. Yes, he's a little bit tricky, actually. Let's go down there. What? Because I think he might have been shot and spiked, that guy. I think his life was super sad. And trying to figure out which exact kind of murder he had was a little vague. And I think to get to the lazarette, we have to go... Hello, how are you all? Yeah, I think I have to go down here and around. But, if I remember, I think he has multiple problems, this guy. Yeah, I think he dies in lots of ways, and I think it's super awkward. But I think he might have been shot and not spiked. It's a little vague. He is a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. Mm-hmm.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
Right, so I feel like this guy here may actually have been shot rather than spiked. Right? I think he might have been shot. And if he's shot, who is he shot by? And can I... It looks like he's shot by this guy. I think he's shot by this guy. Now the question is, can I make it? And also, where's Philip? If Philip Dahl was on the lazarette, tied up and put on the lazarette. So here's the problem. Hello, how are you? Mr. Barnes. If I do this, I leave. And I don't want to do that. I just want to see who shot him. Right? That's all I want. Also, I want to know what happened to poor what's-his-face. Who's doing the shooting right there? This guy right here. This is the one. You. Maybe I can look at the scene. Like, who's in this scene? We're looking for Bald Dude, right? There's a whole dev blog that Lucas Pope wrote explaining how he more or less created the graphics engine from scratch. Oh, wow. So we're looking, I think, for... Maybe it's actually a Charles Minor. Right? That looks to me like a Charles Minor. Nobody else looks like Charles Minor to me. Who are you? Yeah. And I think we can probably identify the other people, maybe? Yeah, I think he's shot by Charles Minor on accident. Is my current feeling on that. So let's do that. I think that's what happens. This is my thought. So I think he's not spiked, but I think he is shot with a gun by Charles Minor is what I think happens. Right? It's a question. I think that's what we're looking at, because Charles Minor feels a little beefier to me, but what I might be able to do is back up one. What is this? This is what are we in? We're at part 7. If I can get to part 6, then maybe we can do a little look-see. Yeah. I think we might be able to do that. If we can hit 6... And here's something cool. The watch will tell you. So that looks like the one. So let's do this and see if we can figure out if that actually is Charles Minor. I think we've got it.
I've got you. Don't move. I'll get you down.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Like, that's no fun at all. Like, that's just a bunch of badness. I feel like our doctor is doing a lot of work. Just a lot of work. So So this is right before. Hello. Which random trivia? 1813 experiment showed a 24-pound cannon could penetrate 76 millimeters of ship's timber, so being shot through that is likely. Ooh. Okay. Well, hold on now. Aren't we currently in 6, right? If we're in 6, which is right before everything bad goes down, we know Charles Minor is in there. Is Charles Minor in here? He is not. Okay. I think we're probably right on that. But it also does not look like I can go upstairs. I think we're right. I think we're right. I think we're right. So we've got... I think... I know, I feel like somebody is wrong. We're probably... I feel like... Do we have everybody identified there except for our purser? Oh, where are you? Where are you, purser? No? I think our purser is in here. And if so, is that you? No, that's midshipman Peter Milroy. There's a dead body. None of you are a purser. Are you our purser? I doubt it. Nope. You're a doctor. So hold on a second. They say the purser is in this scene. Where is our purser? Is my question. Do you see our purser? Yes. Yes. People. Yes. Yes. That is the purser's office. We are right that that is the purser. Yes, and we found him, and he's right there in the purser's office, which we can't actually identify, but right. So we are right. I feel like we are completely right about that. And this is our poor guy who is like crawling down here and is just gonna end up being shot. So this is a ship detective game, actually, TiVo. You're trying to figure out what happened to all the people on this ship. Spoilers, they're almost all dead, because life is not great for them. So I feel very happy about that. I'm feeling good. So, knowing that that is the deal, after the first, but before the second, I think we've got. Let's I think this is true. I think this is a true statement right there. But let's see what might be not happening for us. We still don't know what happened to Martin Perrault. That's a problem. I think that is correct. I think that is correct. We don't know what happens to Philip Dahl. We have to figure that out. Wait, we've got 2 right now. And... oh, so nothing is wrong. Nothing that we say is particularly wrong yet. They're all dead except for the guy who sent you to do this and the people who with him, so you should start knowing who they are. Mm-hmm. But we do have that guy. He's our doctor. Like, we have him. So let's ponder what we're going to do about this guy who was in the lazarette when monsters showed up. So this is our... I think this is a bit of a mystery that I would like to solve. What happens with Philip Dahl? We do know... this is we do know that the last time we see him, Unholy Captives 5. The last time is 4. Oh wait, no, there's one more. Unholy Captains 4, Unholy Captains 2. Nope. So we do know that they tie him up and they put him in the lazarette. We know this, right? Put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses, which seems not very nice. And then in 6, there's some electrocution. Then there's a terrible beast. At this time, it's not possible to enter a fate for either Martin or Philip. You have seen neither die, nor do either disappear. Okay, so then I am not wrong that those two are not yet capable. Because I was like, I do not see what happens to them. I do not see their bodies in any way, whereas with the other people I did. So, okay. Martin and Philip, we just don't know. But that leaves us with... It leaves us back with the top men. And our seamen. Our top men or our seamen are left. So, and we have at this point only one topman we don't know, Lewis Walker. Who is Lewis Walker? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Well, hold on. Let's go back. Let's get out of here. Because I think at this point in time, we have only one Anglo... Oh, really? Share. What? Y'all, we're going to do a giveaway. And this giveaway is going to be for a top-down roguelite. And we're going to do it right at the very end when we leave. So, give me say something in the chats and we will do it. We'll be in there in like the next 5 minutes. Would be my is what I would say. Because it is time. So just make sure you say something in the thing. Something in the chats and we will do it. That's right. So we have I think one. So this is a top man. This is a top man. So this must be the other top man who is where is he? Lewis Walker. I think we only have a few left. People. Okay. We're going to do this giveaway when I sort of... What happened? No, I didn't want to do that. Well, it's fine. 7 left. And they're probably... What action is that? What action is that? Did you hear that? There's an accent. There's an accent, everybody. Mainsail hauled up, secure the bracers and lower the topsail, work fast, the wind is alive. The problem is, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. I think the only... Volkov, yeah. That makes sense. I think the only top men we have left to identify are the 3 Chinese top men. Yeah, it's certainly not American. Yes, we have only 3 top men left. And they are our 3 Chinese top men. And 38, 39, 40. They are also all in that early scene, but I don't think we can identify them. We can do our best, but I don't think we can see their faces, so that's tricky. And then we've got the seaman from Wales, the seaman from Sierra Leone, and 2 English seamen. So we have only 7 people left. Only 7 people. And I imagine Wales, Sierra Leone, and 2 Englands, we can probably figure out Wales and Sierra Leone. We can probably do that, and which leaves us with 2 Englands, which we'll have to work on. And then we've got these 3 people from China. We have 7 people left. My goodness, everyone. Hi. How's everybody doing? And the question is, what can we do to identify them, right? This is the question. Yeah, those 3 particular automaton are the hardest in the game, and I imagine that is the case. Because, yeah, this is, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to figure out those 3. But I'm also really sorry for your electrocution. Like, I'm sorry for you. Well, they've got slightly different faces, but I don't see anywhere people reference them, right? There might be, might be something to do with their bunks that I might be able to figure out, like maybe clothing or shoes. So I'll have to check that out maybe. But, yeah, like I'm gonna, 33% chance, which is which. I'm gonna look at shoes maybe to see if I'm gonna go look at their bunks and see if I can notice anything from their clothing. But let me bop out of this game, quit to title, and then, so we only have 7 left, everyone. I am so excited. I'm so excited. So we're gonna do Bop It. We've got this game, Synthetic Legion Rising, which is a top-down roguelike, and I'm going to give it away. I'm going to give it away now. What I've got to give, I'm going to give it out through Nightbot, and I'm going to give it away now. Twist it. They're not the only people in the game who look similar, just the only ones who look similar, have the same job, are in the same scenes, and I've not heard anybody call them by a name, so I'm gonna have to work that one out. But we're gonna do our giveaway. And while we're doing, first off, can I just say, I'm so Nightbot, I don't know if Nightbot has been harassing Krellin recently, but our winner is Troublesome! Troublesome! Hey, Troublesome. I'm going to, Troublesome, I am so excited. I'm going to send you right now this code. It is for the game. I'm going to whisper you the code. It's for the game Synthetic Legion Rising, which you can get on Steam. And I'm sending you the link. And if you would, just give a check to make sure that it works for you. And then I will feel good about my life. Congratulations, Troublesome. That's so cool. That makes me really happy. And I especially appreciate, because you've been such a great addition to our crew, that I am very happy to have you here and to give that to you. It's a top-down roguelike. It'll probably be like full of murder and death, probably. Anyway, I'm sorry about the late start, but I had student stuff, but we should be fine after that. What else is next? We don't have, do we have papers next week? We do have papers coming in next Thursday, but I will try to get out on time. What am I going to tell you all? I'm Trooper SJP, and I want to thank everyone who's been hanging out with us. It's been lovely. We've got 7 left. 7 left. 7, everyone. This is me dancing with joy. And so in an hour, I'm gonna go and eat dinner, but in an hour I'm going to be hosting Critical Role on this channel. If you want to watch Critical Role in a nice space that is calm and mellow with mellow people, what's in the box? And then Saturday's my next stream. Saturday at noon, I'll be playing The Outer Worlds, and it feels like I haven't played it in a million years. Monday, over on Polished Cryptid's channel. Thank you, Rachel B. I'll be on the talk show Tavern Talks at 8 p.m. Eastern. And also, Polished Cryptid has a great Australian accent, so you have to go and be there for that, because who does not love Australian accents? I love them. And then Wednesday is The Witcher at Tales from the Grim at 8 p.m. and then back here again at 6 next Thursday for a little bit more Obra Dinn, right? I feel really good about it. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for being here. You all are wonderful. I appreciate you all very much. I was just talking to people. Yeah, yeah. Well then don't go then, Kulan. Don't go when it's in the middle of the night. Don't do that. Because then it's like dark 30 for you, or inappropriate o'clock at night, or inappropriate o'clock in the morning. Don't do that. But I will see you when I see you. Oh, and I wanted to let you know, next week, not this coming Sunday, but the week after, will be the third and final part of Cthulhu Confidential, Capital Color with Algernon Bolden. And look forward to that, everyone. That's it. All right, I'm going. I'm leaving. That's it. You can't keep me here. You can't distract me with really interesting conversations about cool stuff. So, like, I mean, don't bring up really cool things, because Monkey says stream's done. All right, I'm going, everybody. I will see you all in an hour for those who will be there. And Kulan will not be there because Kulan will be sleeping. But otherwise, I will check you all on the flip side. Take care, everybody. Bye.